Hi, this is day 14 of the Plastic Free July Challenge, and the last few days we've been looking at different types of plastic. So what do they mean, like the icons on the bottom, the acronyms, can they actually be recycled, which is the better plastic to buy out of the ones we've got available to us, and what to do with products like toothpaste tubes and crisp packets and things that we can't put in to the recycling bags. So we're just going to go over some things. Instead of trying to explain all the acronyms, I've just got actual pieces of plastic to go through because they've all got the different icons on. So as a reference, I'm using this book here, Plastic Free by Beth Terry. It's one of the first plastic books I bought about 5 or 6 years ago. Really wasn't much available at the time, and it's a brilliant book, but now there's like so many others as well that people have written, which is great. But for this, I'm using her book as a reference. Just as a disclaimer, so this is based on my research and from the information from her. If you want to do your own research, please go and do that, because different countries will be different. It will be different from when she published this. It will be different in different councils. So this is just my view on what I know at this moment, okay? So we will start with the different types of plastic. We've got this one here. This is one of our bottles with it's got washing up liquid in it. We get donated these bottles and we reuse them, and they're 500ml bottles, and as you can see, they're opaque plastic, which is what they are if they are HDPE. You will see on the bottom there's a tiny logo, which is the number 2 with a logo on, and that will tell you what type of plastic it is. HDPE is, as you can see, it's a heavy opaque plastic, and it can be recycled, but it is made into something else. So here we've got a list of things: pipes, floor tiles, buckets, crates, flower pots, and recycled into plastic wood effect for decking material and things like that. So it can get made into something else, but that isn't really recycling, that is downcycling. So this plastic gets downcycled into another product. Moving on to one that you will probably know more about, the clear plastic bottles. We've got a lot of these. We get these donated to us. They're 1.5 litres. This one, as you can see, has got our non-bio laundry liquid in from Zessie. This is one of our most popular products. We need quite a lot of these bottles, and they get reused, washed, filled up, delivered, and our customers leave them out on their doorsteps, just like you would with the milkman, and we collect the empties, and then when we deliver their new order. So these get reused, and we're delaying them from recycling, incinerating, or landfill, whatever their fate may be. As with the other one, this has got a logo on it, which I cannot remember where it is, here on the side. They're not always on the bottom. And this says PET with a number 1 icon. And that can be recycled. Clear plastics, I think, are one of the easiest to recycle. And they can be cycled into secondary products, like fleeces and carpets. But it is a secondary product. I'm trying to find a plastic that I can find that is recycled into other things, and we're struggling to find that. I think with these recycled materials, where you see like a bottle that's made from recycled materials, I think that's a mixture of loads of plastics, because I'm struggling to find something that is just reused again completely. So like I said, this is a secondary product and it's recycled into other products, so that means it is downcycled like the other one, not recycled. But PET out of them all is not a bad plastic. Clear bottles might be the way to go. Although I'm not advocating that you go and buy clear plastic bottles. Obviously I want you to buy a reusable bottle and use that one. Then we've got more rigid plastic. So you'll recognise these maybe as yogurt pots. And this one, the icon for this one is, I can barely see it. They don't make it obvious. It's on the lid, which you won't see in the video, but it says PP, which is icon number 5, and that is polypropylene. This is a rigid plastic. As you can see, this is a goat's cheese pot, but it's the same thing for yogurt pots. And this is difficult to recycle. There are systems in place where it can be recycled, but there's no information on here that I can find. I don't know what it gets made into. So my conclusion is that it probably gets incinerated. I don't know. I can't find anything on it. So if you want to tweet or put messages out on other social platforms, if you can find out what happens to polypropylene, that would be great. Thank you. Another PP plastic, also with a number 5. I don't know if you can see. You can see the logo here. This is what we're looking for. That, also polypropylene. These are takeaway tubs. They do last quite a long time, good for putting your food in the freezer. We also use them for our dishwasher powder for our customers, and we reuse and reuse. But obviously they do break sometimes. And once plastic is broken, it's got to go. And it will be recycled or incinerated or landfilled. One good thing I did find, this food tray, it does say PET on it, which means it's easy to recycle. The plastic films that you can see we've sort of half left on here, they need to actually come off completely. They cannot be recycled. You can't put those in your recycling. So that's quite a lot of information, but I've just got a few more things to go through just to complete the set. We did introduce you guys to TerraCycle. It's terracycle.co.uk or .com if you're outside of the UK, either way. They take products that are harder to recycle, that will traditionally end up in our landfill bins. So like a toothpaste tube, it doesn't say on it anywhere that it can be recycled or what it's made of or anything. So just, I would assume that this is basically landfill. But it can go to a TerraCycle drop-off point. The same with crisp packets and pens and chocolate wrappers and other items. Check out their website. There's quite a lot of information on there, and you might be able to find a drop-off point near you. The final category is a bit more fun. It's more to do with upcycling. So there's 4 different types. Landfill, waste that cannot be made into anything. Gets buried in the ground or incinerated. There's recycling, and so that's on a loop, closed loop system, which means it gets reused and reused and reused and doesn't make it to landfill or the incinerator. So like a glass bottle that can be melted down and made back into a glass bottle. Then downcycling is something like where this bottle will get made into something like a bucket or some decking. Okay, that's downcycling. Same with a PET. I think this got made into carpet or fleece because it's a softer plastic. But again, that's downcycling, not recycling. The last one is upcycling, which can be the most fun because that just means that you take something you already own and you find another use for it and you make it into something else. So this is my one example. This was a mug. Poor mug met its fate on the kitchen floor. But it's kind of cool as a little flower pot, and we've got a tiny little cactus in here, and he sits on our kitchen shelf just like this. So you can't even see that it's got a broken handle on it. And so instead of that being chucked out, we've repurposed it and found a use for it. And it looks quite neat, sat on our kitchen shelf. I've also got things that I didn't know what to do with. So we've got this that I've got my makeup in. You see I've got all my little bits of makeup in. This is an old 70s ice cube tray. I've still got the actual little thing, which normally has my little hairbands attached to it. So this belonged to Richard's mum, Dot, and we've kept it. And we use it for my makeup, and it sits on my windowsill in my bedroom. And it's lovely. It's a nice little reminder of something she owned, and it fits all my makeup in it perfectly. Nice little 70s ice cube bucket. So have a look around your house. If there are things that you were going to chuck out, maybe you can make them into something else. Maybe you can find another purpose. Maybe there's some plastic that you were going to put into the recycling that you can use to store your food or reuse in some way. There is plenty of options. Just got to think about it a bit more. It might feel like a bit of a stress to start with, but once you get into the habit of doing things like that, it will be easy. So I hope that was helpful. There's quite a lot of information there. We just do a quick recap. HDPE, downcycled. PET, clear plastic, downcycled. PP, hard to recycle. Not quite sure what happens to this. I think it gets incinerated. Toothpaste tubes, not for the recycling, can go to schemes like TerraCycle. And then upcycle means making use of something broken and turning it into something else. Thank you. Bye.